Grand Rising, people. Grand Rising. Theora here again. 7:40 in the morning, and I am in my meditation spot. And I found myself saying in these last few days, because I was looking at something and I've seen an improvement in it. So I was like, okay, these last few days. But when I said those words, it sparked a conversation that I think we all really need to have, and it's regarding like the last days. What do you know about the last days? Because even me myself, I went to the Bible, and once again, the Bible is not my book of choice. You know what I mean? But however, because it was written by supernatural beings, we can take some of the information, because after all, what they did with the Bible, as well as what they did with society in general, especially in the United States, is basically they put the truth within the lie. And so for each one of us, we have to use our discernment, to actually determine and feel our discernment and our intuition to actually feel what we take in as truth and what we throw away as a lie, or just it doesn't resonate with us. So I did go to the Bible for the last days, and the scripture that I want you guys to pay attention to is Luke 21. Start right there, and I'm gonna let this plane go by. Once again, my Tranco spot just happened to be right at the airport. I can't help it. They build it's on my way, and so it just happened to be on at the airport. And I like the airport. For me, I don't know about you, but I'm always fascinated with the planes taking off, because my question is, where is everybody going? Where are you going? Like, where are you going? Like, where's everybody going? Planes are full every day. Like, where's everybody going? So it's always been an interest for me. So me being at the airport, me being able to be at the airport and in a nice, tranquil, meditative space, it's like a win-win for me, so it doesn't bother me at all. So when, in the last days, Luke 21, that's what I want you to go and check out, because I don't know if y'all been paying attention. I don't know what y'all look at on social media, but I'm here to tell you, this is my disclaimer. Whatever you look at on social media, if you're not looking at what's going on in the world as far as like the changes, the things that's happening, the extreme things, and one thing in particular is the weather. If you're not looking at the weather that's going on all around the world, we're talking about in like China, and some of these places are right here in the USA. If you're not looking at the weather patterns of what's actually taking place, then you're going to find yourself lost, or you're going to find yourself right at that scripture of Luke 21, because Luke 21, it talks about how the fear, how what's coming, it's everybody knows about the last days, right? And everybody talks about it as like the second coming for Jesus, like Jesus is coming back. Well, let me tell you, Jesus is not coming back. Jesus will not be coming back, because for this second coming, you're gonna have to raise up to where Jesus was. So it's imperative that we start paying attention. And when I say we, I mean you, because I already am. So you need to start paying attention to what's going on in the world. Now, extreme weather, come on now. We know every now and then there is extreme weather. But how likely is it that multiple places, back to back to back, are having extreme weather over and over and over again? I mean, extreme weather to the point where everything is destroyed, and then not less than 2 weeks later, there's more extreme weather. There's a cleansing going on, and it's going on around the world. And so for you, wherever you are, for you to sit and think that that's cleansing will not affect you, it's ludicrous. I mean, it's ludicrous. So this is I'm just gonna say, this is a lifestyle warning. This is a life warning, because I know a lot of times we look at things that happen, where if it's not with us, we look at things that happen and we say, oh, that's so far away from me. That doesn't affect me. That's in China. I'm not in China. That's bad for them. But if you don't know, we're all connected. Everything is connected. And if you're not paying attention, you're going to get swept away in what the next thing is going to happen, because just as sure as that those weather patterns are happening there, what makes you think your personal location, it won't happen here? And when it happens here, will you be ready? Will you be ready? Now we've seen that. Now you can go back. Now one thing about the news is you can go back and look at extreme weather. You can put that in Google and look at extreme weather around the world and within the United States. If you have not done that, I urge you to go do that. You need to look at the extreme weather of what's actually taking place and then ask yourself, am I ready for a storm? Would I be ready if something dramatic happened as far as weather patterns here? How much food do I have if the lights go out? How much food do I have if it's a storm where the roads, or earthquake or anything where the roads are shut down? You know, and when we think about food, most people say, oh, if I don't have no food, I'm gonna run to the grocery store. Well, who do you think works at grocery stores? Who do you think works at grocery stores? It's people, right? So if everybody's having a traumatic, a disastrous event as far as weather, do you really think that the grocery store people are going to go into work? They're not going to be there. So for the days after a severe storm or severe weather pattern, something happens, you may not be able to get to the grocery store. And there's no guarantee how long that's going to be. So these are things that you need to take in consideration, because I know a lot of my millennials and what's the other one? Zers? What are y'all? Zs? Generation Z? Millennials and Zs. I know a lot of y'all eat day to day. I know a lot of y'all don't go grocery shopping. I mean, it's not that you can't, it's just that you don't prefer to. You like to eat day to day. I get it. Nothing wrong with that. But in these coming days, you need to start thinking about what kind of foods can I get to store that I don't need to put in the refrigerator. So if the power go out and the grocery store is not open, how would I survive? Because at this situation, if it's a mass weather event, nobody's going to come and save you. Nobody's going to be able to come and get directly you when there's so many people ahead of you. This is what I want you to start thinking about. And go take a look at Luke 21. I don't want to make this video too long because I'm working on trying to get my videos short, because like I said, I know I can talk, but I have so much information to put out and give you guys. You know, sometimes it goes long, but this is a warning. This is a lifestyle revelation warning about what's actually going on in the world. And if you're not paying attention, you will most definitely get swept away. Now, I don't know I mean, everybody don't make these storms. We think about a storm and we say, oh, it was a storm, it was real bad, we got to rebuild. Some people don't get to rebuild. Some people gonna get put in the ground, and then other people gonna get to rebuild. Now, who's to say who that's gonna be before the storm? You know what I mean? So you better think about things like that. Don't get caught up without any food, without any supplies. Do you have flashlights? Do you have batteries? Do you have a generator? You know, do you have blankets in case there's no heat, in case it's really cold? Do you have blankets? You know, these are things that you need to think about. We take for granted the things that we have in our possession right now, but if any of those things was to go out, a lot of us would be ass out. And right now, and let me say this, let me go slow when I say this. Right now, everything, I'm willing to bet that everything you get is coming from the government in some way, shape, or form. I'm willing to bet everything that you get on the form of food, lights, gas, electricity, Wi-Fi, everything that you get, think about this. Every little thing that you utilize is provided to you by the government in some way, shape, form, or fashion. What would you do if they took all the things that they provide for you away? What would you do? Now, if I gave you everything, and I wanted to say, if I wanted to make you do what I wanted you to do, and I said, you know what? I'm going to take those things away from them because I need them to do this, 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 and this, and this. I want you to understand how that feels if everything that you utilize comes from the government, and if everything that they give you, they take away. You need to write it down and figure out all the things that would be. And then you need to say, what would I do? What would I do? What would you do? If everything that they provide for you, they decide they wanted to take it away, what would you do? And I know a lot of people never thought about that before because they think that everybody is on the up and up. Everything is like righteous, and that would never happen. But a realist, if you're a realist, if you know anything about people, if you know anything about this world thus far and what they've been doing and what's been going on, if you know any of that, I mean, if you have any bit of discernment and intuition, it should tell you, I need to prepare. I need to prepare. Because if they take away everything that they provide for me, and the first one will be the grocery store, how would you get your food? Do you know how to hunt? Do you know how to fish? Do you know how to skin a chicken so you can cook them up and eat them? These are questions that you need to start asking yourself, because there is no guarantee that the grocery stores will be available. No guarantee. No guarantee. And I'm here to tell you, and I don't know about people and their eating. I don't know if you ever been hungry, but I'm here to tell you, a extreme hunger is like no other. It's almost like a sickness. So if you don't want to be that, you need to start thinking about the things that I'm talking about. Go look at Luke 21, because this one, in my opinion, in my discernment, this one is legit. Because there's gonna, in the coming times, during the last days, it's going to be things that's going to astound people. It's going to astound people to the point where they're just going to faint. It's going to be too much. It's going to be too much. The shock is just going to take them out. And so if you're prepared, you might have a chance of adapting to what's happening, accepting what's happening. But if you're not prepared mentally and then physically in the 3D, if you are not prepared, then you may just be one of those that fall and faint because of what you see and what's going on. And I don't want that to be you, so this is why I'm giving this notice. And that's all I got for right now, guys. Luke 21, go check it out. Write down everything that you get from the government, everything that they provide for you that you pay them for. And a lot of this shit we shouldn't even be paying them for. But write it down and figure out, just ask yourself, if they took each one of these things away, what would I do? What would I do? And on that, I'll say Ochite until the next video. Mwah.